Danny's Aquarium's first to the chat. What do you win? High fives. High fives for days. What's going on, Internet? It's Sunday morning. Sunday. What's going on? It's Sunday morning. We got a special early morning live stream coming at you because it's Sunday and it's morning. Coming together again. Morning time and Sunday. Collaborating to be a Sunday morning together. We'll be here on the internet. We got a foreshortened half-hour live stream today because we have to hit the road and head down to Oregon to go crazy. Danny's Aquariums is going to eat dinner. It's 5:30 a.m. in the Netherlands. Well, all right. Here it's 8:30 in the a.m. Maybe you're trying to say it's p.m. in the Netherlands, I think. It's probably 5:30 at night, I would guess. Yeah, there we go. He means p.m. Yeah. So it's, and X-Sub is here. What's going on? It's a glorious sunny day in England. Awesome. It's a glorious cloudy morning here, but it's going to burn off shortly, which is going to be, it's going to make for a great day to drive from where I live in Washington all the way down to Oregon. We're going to head down the Oregon Trail and go hang out with Potato at his house and shoot some stuff. We'll shoot some video while we're there, of course. And then we'll probably visit some of the local stores in the Portland, Oregon area. And as we have from the title here, what's going on today? The 180-gallon Reef is full and rotating water like a champ. But good to hear that everything is good in England and everything is good out there in the Netherlanders. G-Bear has shown up. Am I picking up some fish? Yes, we are picking up the livestock for the 240-gallon freshwater tank and some live rock and things for the reef tank. So we got a bunch of stuff coming down the pipe. Depending on when we get back, whether or not we'll do a live stream tonight is in question. Who knows? But Monday for sure, we shall have inhabitants in the tanks, which I don't know if you can tell, I'm a little bit excited. There's Potato. He showed up. He's getting ready. He's putting his pants on, and he's going to put on some man perfume, and we're going to hang out in Oregon. We're going to head down that way here very soon, but I completely missed doing a live stream yesterday, so I figured, hey, I'll do a quick morning one here before we head out and hit the road, because I got a bunch of stuff here. Got a bunch of video and actually edited it down, so it's a little bit quick. It's a quick live stream video. Not super fast. Those of you out there that are the super fast Egg McMuffin type people, that will upload later. I'll upload the 3-minute video later at some point in time whenever I get a chance to edit. I can't edit and drive a car at the same time, which is unfortunate and makes me wonder. Oh no. Oh, it's back. Well, XSplit's doing its XSplit thing again, so we'll see how this rolls along here. I heard something chattering away in the computer there for a minute, so I'm thinking that had something to do with my security nonsense or something. I don't know. But we'll see how this rolls on a Sunday morning. Maybe the computer's not completely warmed up yet. Maybe we got to pump some gas into the old carburetor and get this thing working properly. But well, early Sunday morning, the computer takes a little while to warm up, right? But lost my train of thought because the camera busted out there. But we got a ton of stuff done yesterday. Very, very busy day. And Vicky said that if we have a very, very busy day again, that she'll probably karate chop me in the legs. You know what I'm saying? Surprises! Sometimes you got to come with the surprises and whip the crap out of my legs for being obtuse, I believe. Obtuse, I think, is the way that she likes to put it. Not really. She's not 100 years old, but yeah. So we'll be getting that rolling. We'll hit the road fairly soon and head on down there. Potato's got a good point. Just wait till the computers are in our skin and then head, and then you can do all the things. Yeah. I certainly am not going to be the guy to sign up to be the first one for that. You know what I'm saying? I've seen technology screw up so many times. I figured I'd rather be like the maybe like the 100,000th to the party or something like that. I don't want to be the groundbreaker that hooks the computer up to my brain and finds out that Skynet is real and takes over my mind and shoots a rocket out of my butt. I wouldn't look forward to that at all. Sorry, I just got a big notification popped up over here. Howard was asking about the driftwood, and those of you that have been watching the live stream is wondering why he's asking about the driftwood, because he's commenting on a video that is 2 years old. And those of you that have been coming on to the live streams know where to get the driftwood these days. So hopefully Howard is going to come on to the live stream and we'll know where to get the driftwood. So, but G-Bear is all about the surprises this morning. It's good to have a few surprises on a Sunday morning because, it's just legitimate, and let them know what's happening, and let people know that there are surprises coming at any point in time. I got to make sure to protect my legs as much as possible because Victoria will karate chop me and make sure that I'm keeping it in line. You know what I'm saying? Since this is the shortened version, let's do the air quote advertisement real quick. Head over to darkstararts.com. That is my website. Click through the Amazon banner and go buy whatever you're going to buy, whether it's gummy bears, sodium chloride, and let's see, tamper-resistant surge outlets. Go ahead and head over there. It just gives us a little kickback for the advertising, blah, blah, blah. I think you all know the deal. If you go through there, it doesn't change your prices and blah, blah, blah. The easy way to support the channel is by super chatting. That's the easiest way to do it. And then the other way is to just watch, share, like, subscribe, and all of that. And blow up all your friends' Facebook or whatever, or Twitter or all that stuff with, sharing your videos and that kind of stuff. If you've learned anything of value by watching me yammer on like a nincompoop, then hopefully you all get some value out of it. My goal is to completely get rid of advertisers, and we are slowly but surely knocking them right out the back door and heading them out. Adam Jonas has showed up. Rurutu, you need to put that link in the video description. Oh. I'll fix that link. I do have a link for the in the videos when they upload in the video description. They pop in there for the Darkstar Arts and the Amazon banners on there. Blah boop bop, and then I'll change Rurutu. Good point. I'll change the annotations in the link in the video description. I'll fix those up a little bit better than they are right now. They might be a little confusing for some people. Adam Jonas has showed up, KCMO in the house, watching at work. Well, I think it's probably the best way to be at work, is doing all that kind of stuff. Luke's Aquatics is in the house. What's going on? G-Bear, did Flip Aquatics get in any shrimps that tickled my fancy? I have no idea. I have no idea what he got in. I checked his website, and everything seems to be out of stock still, so I'm not sure what he got. I know that there was like a 4-hour video, which I just don't have time to watch that kind of stuff, so I'm not sure what he got in or what happened. I get it a lot from people. They're like, look, I can't watch an hour video. I get it. I can't watch those hour-long videos either. So I just have a, G-Bear saying there would be a 30-day wait. Yeah, I'm sure he has a long quarantine period that probably has to go through, which is smart. That's the way to do it, man. Don't just be that cheapskate wholesaler, and get stuff in and send it right back out the door, because a lot of times things will die from all those transitions. It's not very good for those little guys, and they need to transition to the freshness and a nice aquarium before you go ahead and sell them. So 30-day wait, that actually is pretty nice. 4 weeks, that is a good amount of time to wait. I think that's pretty dope. Potato says you have to watch the most recent video he did and skip to the last 15-minute, and he goes through the list. Oh, okay. Well, maybe I can watch it while I'm driving a car to Oregon or something. We'll see. I don't know. I'm happy to check it out, man. I love Lup Diesel, man. He's a cool dude. He's always been commenting and been super cool on my channel and stuff for a long time. I like that guy. Rob is a cool dude. And it's awesome to see somebody doing so well. I mean, he's got that new warehouse space and all that stuff that he's got going on with all those builds and everything. 100 more people doing that would be awesome. I love seeing that. I wish we would have totally helpful, like 2 per state, But I don't know who would take over the Alaska. Whoever would do the Alaska thing would be pretty ballsy to be doing it up there. But I guess down here in the 48. So maybe we just have a couple extra in maybe like California or Texas or something like that. Would be cool. But it's awesome to see that dude doing rad. It's awesome to see Corey doing rad. It's awesome to see Joey, everybody. I mean, it's fantastic having all this material out there, all these people doing stuff. It's fantastic for me to have a fish room and everything getting back into all that stuff. It's super awesome. Couldn't be more excited right now. I know I can easily think back to 10 years ago when it was just kind of a ghost town, a crazy ghost town where you have to like send letters to people or something like that. Nowadays we get to have all this like cool interaction with a lot of people and a lot of really cool projects coming down. I saw Mark's Shrimp Tanks was doing like some really cool stuff I saw the other day. What else have I seen? I don't know. There's just a ton. There's so many good channels and people and everybody doing like all this awesome work. DPK Fish Aquariums, what's up? Hey, man, hoping everyone has a blessed Sunday. That is awesome. Luke's Aquatics says, when I go by Oregon, stop by Bend. Bend is going to be an extra long trip from Portland, so I don't think we'll be making that today because we're making a one-day trip. We're going down and coming back, so that would extend it quite a bit. But I think we're going to Bend in. I think we're going to Bend in like 6 weeks or something like that. I think we're going to spend through there. I don't know. I couldn't say. I know that we go down that way and then head over the mountains and stuff and go the other back east, going east from the water. Yeah, but I have family important, so I can go to a wet spot. Oh, cool. Yeah. We're planning on probably going to the wet spot today. I'm not sure. I live in Tacoma, so Luke's headed up to Tacoma in the middle of July. So I live in Tacoma. I'm here now. That's where I'm at right now. But we're about 14 minutes in, so let's go to the video. As you guys can see, I always have a blowtorch handy whenever I'm working on my aquarium, just in case I need to burn something that needs serious burning. Probably middle grade gas there. It's not. I think that's MAP gas. It's kind of medium grade. So the Iwaki pump here had some old vinyl tape on it. and is kind of a pain in the butt to get this off. If I can recommend getting a wire brush, that is how I deal with this. If it's a metal, like a galvanized piece or something like that, I would just burn it off and it wouldn't be a problem. But these Iwaki pumps have this plastic housing that is a very specific piece that if you really screw this thing up, you're gonna kind of screw up the whole pump and have to order a crazy expensive new plastic piece and rebuild the whole front end of the pump, which I didn't want to do, didn't have time. So a quick little hot tip here: if you're going to be cleaning up one of these and changing the unions, which I am on here, to go ahead and clean off all that vinyl, that old vinyl thread tape, and get it out of there and get going. I found the one union at the local Home Depot that would fit this. And when I say I found it, I was standing there looking like a dipshit while Vicky went and found it, because she is a successful person and I have a tendency to just stare off up into the sky with my mouth open sometimes. But she grabbed it, found it. We found the one union that they had there. I don't understand what the shortage was in 1-inch unions at our local depot, but it was pretty much chaotic in the depot yesterday. So it probably has something to do with mass American consumers buying all of these stuff while people were, getting ready for this long holiday weekend. A lot of people are off, which is good. Can't complain about that. But we found the one that we needed, and we got it, and we threw it in there, and we got rocking and rolling. This is kind of just a little bit of a detailed video of running through what I had to do to get all the plumbing and water and everything done yesterday. So if people have questions, go ahead and throw them out, and I'll do my best to answer them within the next 13 to 14 minutes. This is a foreshortened Sunday version because I got to hit the road here fairly soon. Oftentimes people tell me, like, man, if I had the tools that you did, I'd be able to do what you do. And here's a perfect example of having the wrong tool and just going ahead and using it. This is actually a drywall saw that is sitting right there. That's a drywall punch saw I'm using to actually cut the PVC line. So I'll give you an idea that, hey man, sometimes you don't have all the tools you need, but you can definitely get the job done and get it done right if you're just willing to work at it. You know what I'm saying? And like a real smart guy, I positioned the camera in a spot right where I get a really good impression of what my shirt looks like. So that's very helpful. But getting the pump plumbed in here was I wouldn't say a big problem, not a big problem for me, but definitely had to use a slight multitude of a few different fittings, and I definitely used a no-hub in there to help keep down on vibration a little bit. So Vicky was actually asking me, why are you using a no-hub? That's weird. And I said, well, it helps with the vibration. Actually, that rubber gasket in there will help keep it a little bit lubricated while it vibrates from the pump. Even though this is an Iwaki pump and it doesn't really vibrate that much, it still will have a little bit of bzz to it. You know what I'm saying? DPK Fish Aquarium says, hit the like button, share, and subscribe, everyone. Your support matters. It really does. It comes down to you guys. Potato, you're there enough. You should know how to look in the overhead for things I need. Potato, you're right. I'm there, and I constantly look in the overhead, and I did look in the overhead. They didn't have any 1-inch unions, man. I don't know what was going on there. I couldn't find them, locate them. Like I said, I had Vicky with me, and she is a master at finding all this kind of stuff. And they had no 1-inch unions. She found one in a weird box, and then she found another one in another weird box, and we had to combine them to make the one that we have here because they were taken apart. But it worked out, so not really that big of a deal. Realistically, when you get down to it, and we just worked our way around it. Nothing too crazy. Donnie Hill, do you find playing with your aquariums in this hobby helps keep you sober? Yes, indeed. A big part of my sobriety is meditation and staying busy, working hard. I'm the kind of person that if I get really idle, bad ideas start coming, creeping around in the darkness of my mind. So, yeah, definitely playing with my aquariums helps keep me sober, along with all the other stuff I do too. But I keep myself mildly scheduled, nothing crazy, obviously, but I keep myself mildly scheduled. I do workout. I do meditation. This is sort of a form of my meditation. It gives me an opportunity to just be quiet and work on stuff, and just kind of quiet my head and focus on doing stuff instead of necessarily, like I was saying when I was at the Home Depot, just looking up and wondering why God has ruined the 1-inch union situation at the Home Depot. DPK retracted a message. Punky Pam, it's my birthday. Would you say surprises for me? Well, why not? Surprises! It's your birthday. Happy birthday out there. Hopefully it's a good one. Hopefully you're not into the triple digits yet, because otherwise things start getting a little harebrained in the triple digits. But yeah, hopefully we answered that bit of a sobriety question for Donnie. And Punky Pam, happy birthday for sure. You only get one a year. Sunday's a good day to have a birthday, isn't it? I think it is. Dragonstone is showing up from Poland. What's up, Poland? What are you doing? Hopefully the weather's nice out in Poland. I'm not sure how I'm trying to think off the top of my head. So they're Western Hemisphere. Europe's summertime right now too, right? Yeah, I think so. So I think it's summertime out there. So it's probably summertime in Poland, I'm guessing. Maybe I'm off, because I think it's winter in Australia. Is that how? I don't know. What do I know? I'm just some dingleberry over here. What is going on? Yes, this is land in Europe. Nice. Okay. I guess it's summertime then. As you guys can see, this is something that I wanted to mention to people. So the overflows that come down here, you can see those 90-degree pieces I'm adding on there that make that turn, right? That is what's called a sweep elbow. So if you have water volume coming from up above, that's a significant amount, like it is in this tank at this point, and we'll talk about that later. You need to make sure that you have what's called a sweep elbow. It's kind of a longer, more gradual turn, if that makes sense, because you have this high volume of water. You don't want it to hit a 90 degree and get backed up at all. So we want to throw a sweep elbow on there just to kind of make it flow a little bit better. Just caress the water gently over into the side of the sump instead of agitating the heck out of it. It'll definitely slow down your flow and cause gurgling and that kind of issues and things that you'll have to deal with over time if you don't do that. The typical 90-degree turns are a lot tighter than this, so these ones just give you a little more space and a little better flow. You guys can see that I'm piecing together some chunks in order to make the turn from this overflow here. I want one to be off into the left, and I want one to be off into the right, so I can keep them organized, and it worked out pretty well. I think I was maybe like an inch off with my landing exactly where I wanted it to be, but that I have quite a bit of variance down there, if that gives you an idea. Here's the kind of look from the tank. I've just been kind of pushing the rubble around in there. Haven't done a whole lot of scaping of the reef yet, so I'm going to be working on some of that today once we grab the stone or whatever from Potato, and then have some time to just kind of zone out and get it a lot handled. Rurutu's asking, you going to use Micron socks or just bonded filter pads? I'm actually going to use filter pads. I hate filter socks. It's a personal thing, but I will just say this. Those of you that can handle filter socks, congratulations. Congratulations to you guys, because I had nothing but problems with filter socks over the years, whether it was cleaning them or maintaining them or whatever. It just got something to do with me, I think. I don't think it has anything to do with the product. They just do not work well for me. So I'm going to actually use some bonded filter. I'm going to use some filter pads for light filtration here for a while, and then I'm actually just going to run 2 skimmers, and then I also have a canister type filter, which we will go over later. It looks like a Rody unit, draws in water and does a little bit of light filtration for me out of the tank, things that maybe the skimmer or whatnot are going to be missing or whatnot. Rurutu saying too much maintenance on the socks. Yeah, I could never clean them and have them come out as well or as nice as they were when they whatchamacallit. I could never clean them so that they were nice as they were when they were new. And they just were never that good. I never really could figure out a way to like wash them properly and keep reusing them and have them stay nice. I think that was the biggest deal. Rurutu saying salt water so close to the breaker box. Well, I have a fully grounded, bonded breaker box that is completely sealed and nicely sealed into the wall. So it really shouldn't be an issue. And then I think my variance in between is 18-inch, I think, something like that. So I have enough space in between, and it shouldn't be causing any kind of problems over time. Plus, this room is vented well. I have quite a bit of ventilation, moving any kind of moisture out of the room, and we have a dehumidifier also. If things get a little harebrained in there, we can run the dehumidifier in that room and help out with anything that might be going moisture-wise or anything like that. My goal with this setup is to make sure that my salt creep is in order, and the easy way to avoid the errors of the past is to make sure that this thing is not pocketed or whatnot away and not going to be messing, or it being so far out of sight that salt creep can get out of hand. With it being kind of close to the door here and everything like that, it'd be kind of the first thing I come in to check on, and the last thing on the way out. It'll give me a good opportunity to make sure to stay up on all that kind of goofy stuff. But there's a smiley, happy guy right there with a thumbs up from my good thumb, not my bad thumb. And try to make sure that this the Reef is up and running, and I'm pretty excited about it. I'm happy to say that it is running and looking good. Went out and double checked or triple checked or quadruple checked, whatever you want to say, this last night and this morning. No leaks, no problems, everything running and gurgling the proper way that it's supposed to be doing. DPK Fish Aquariums is asking, usually vinegar with baking soda is really great on unclogging and cleaning filter socks as long as you have a second pair. Yeah, I mean, I tried everything. I tried bleaching them. I tried washing them in a washing machine. I tried hand washing them in vinegar and baking soda and rinsing them out and doing all that stuff. They just were never as good. And then they would break down and stuff. Like I said, if you guys can pull off filter socks, that is awesome. And I'm pretty jealous, honestly, that you're able to do that. It just didn't work for me. It just did not work for me. It's sort of the boxers or briefs kind of thing, like it's just a personal preference thing. There's nothing wrong with either way of doing it. It just realistically turns into a personal preference kind of thing, like my opinion, man. But those of you that can pull them off, awesome. I used to even clean them for a local store, and they just didn't come out as good. I don't know. I just might be one of my Achilles things is filter socks. That must be it. Let's see. We Need Fishes asking what type of fish is going to be in the saltwater tank. We've talked about this in a couple of the live streams, and I actually even talked about this when Carson came by last night. Mr. Carson Anderson came by, which is why we didn't do a live stream last night. He came by too late to start the live stream. We were both super tired, and then we just kind of hung out and chatted for a little while. It was nice to hang out and talk to my homie. And so the what is going into the Reef? Whatever and anything is going into the Reef, as long as they are as long as they're compatible. This is going to be a mixed reef tank, so I don't have anything that is like 100% set in stone. that's the reality as far as this reef goes. I don't have a huge plan of like, I gotta have a tang. I gotta have a whatever. I don't have anything like that I got to have, except for probably an engineer goby is one of the things that I'm dead set on getting. And they're pretty much okay with living with just about anything reef wise. So I'm definitely not hamstrung into setting it up a certain way, and it is for sure going to be a mixed reef. So if things can go together, they will. I have a 180-gallon tank, so I have a pretty good amount of swimming area. There's only a few fish that get knocked off of the possibility list with this size of tank, so I'm not super freaking out or anything along those lines about what I'm going to be putting in here. It's just as long as they're compatible. So compatibility is really the only grade that I'm following here. If something will definitely for sure kill and eat each other, then I'm not going to put them in, jam them in together and create I don't know, what do you call it, Michael Vick like dog ring or something in my reef. So that's the only real caveat that I'm following, is that as long as things can live together, then hopefully they will be. Potato says, get a clown with a bad pattern and call him Nimrod. I will say it was pretty funny. If I was working at a saltwater store at the time, that the Nemo stuff was going on. So, I mean, I tell you, every single kid that came in calls them Nemos. Most every adult now calls clownfish Nemos, which is really kind of crazy. I mean, it just goes to show you like how something like that can completely change the vernacular of people into calling something else. But I can see that we have gotten up to the 30-minute mark. So now we're going to have to give the thank yous and all that kind of stuff, because we're cutting the live stream pretty short today. I know all that have a powerful lust for long live streams. We shall be back. I'm not sure if we'll be back tonight, but we will definitely be back Monday night, 8 p.m. Pacific time. And I say specific because it's Pacific specific. Get it? Get jokes. Everybody get jokes. That salt, Ruru too. That salt tank is for a giant Goliath grouper grow out. Yeah, I already know a guy that's doing that down here. His name is George. He has a big grouper in one of his tanks at his house. So we're going to I don't know when I went to his house, but he's got some really big tanks going in, which I hopefully will be able to shoot some video over there or something. DPK Fish Aquariums, thanks for the stream. You're very welcome. I love doing this. Potato says to stop for food on my way because that's what we were headed out to do. Yes, we will definitely stop for something to eat because Victoria cannot hit the road on an empty stomach. But yeah, thanks for coming out, everybody. We don't have any super chatters to high five, so yep. But everybody, thanks for coming out. And Punky Pam, happy birthday. Surprises! It's going to be a surprises kind of birthday. Hopefully it is a super delicious kind of birthday. But everybody else, thank you so much for coming out. Have a great Sunday out there. Stay safe and stop blowing up fireworks. Wait till Tuesday. That is the day that you can do it, and people will understand what you're doing, okay? So take it easy on today, Sunday. Have an iced tea and relax and enjoy the nice weather, and don't drive your car 100,000 miles down the road and go crazy and do all sorts of crazy explosions, okay? So thanks, everybody, for coming out. Have a later.